As fighting rages on between government forces of Bashar al-Assad in Syria and foreign-funded terrorists that are being pushed by Saudi Arabia, Qatar and Turkey, as well as NATO, the Israeli government, the general government population, as well as the American government, they are being pushed into a type of scenario where they are being funded in order to kill, to cause havoc, to cause terror, in order to change the balance of region in the balance of power in the region. That's their main goal, to change this, to alter it from one that favors Iran and resistance groups to one that is pro-Israeli and just gives Israel the legitimacy to commit all the crimes it wants to commit, and to take all the land, to build settlements, to derail peace, and to do whatever it wants. But you know what? It's a matter of time before the Israeli government collapses. Just like communism collapsed, just like the apartheid government in South Africa collapsed, it's only a matter of time. The base of Israel, the very foundation is made out of killing, it's made out of slaughtering, it's made out of throwing refugees out of their homes, out of terrorism. Let's not we forget the King David Hotel and the atrocities the extremist Jews have committed. Let's not forget all the atrocities. This is why the war in Syria is happening. Syria stands as a type of thorn, a kind of catalyzing factor to this end. And they're trying to do whatever they can, and so far they've been totally ineffective. They've been 2 years trying to topple this government, and it's just not happening. Obviously the West, they tried to use a false flag operation that Syria is about to use chemical weapons against its own people, which is bullshit, because the Syrian government will never use chemical weapons against its own people. They said it several times before. Months ago they said it, and they've been saying it this whole week. They even told the UN that the American government, is trying to frame the Syrian people, the Syrian government, into actually framing them into that they're afraid that the United States government, Israeli government, NATO, they're trying to frame the Syrian government into using weapons of mass destruction, i.e. chemical weapons, against its own people like Saddam did to the Kurds. They're using this as a pretext in order to invade, in order to attack Syria. Because their efforts have been fruitless for the past 2 years. They've been flooding the Syrian market with weapons, and what have they gotten in return? Zero. The loyalty to the government is still there. They're arming rebels, they're killing everybody, they're causing havoc, they're arming terrorists in Syria at the moment. And what? Now they're placing Patriots in Turkey? I wonder why. Maybe in order to continue this false flag and actually implement it. But you know what? Russia is on the side of the Syrian government. They've proven as a very reliable ally, as well as China, but Russia has been the main backbone behind the government. They, as well as Iran, as well as elements throughout the Middle East, there was a report which I will have in the link below that quotes the Russian government, the Russians, have given the Syrians Iskander hypersonic missiles in order to counter and destroy the Patriot missiles should a war break out in the region. Should a no-fly zone try and be imposed? Should the Libyan scenario, which is totally unacceptable to Russia, be implied, should be put into place in Syria, then the Russian government has given the Syrian government the tools necessary to implement and defend itself and overcome this huge-ass conspiracy is being put under. And to be honest with you, I think the Syrian government is going to come out victorious, because it's fighting alongside the people. No government could survive 2 years in such conditions if the people, if how they say in the Shab, the citizens aren't with it. No government can survive that long. Terrorists will be terrorists, and their plots are being overthrown every day. All they can execute, they can bomb, they can do whatever they want, but they're never going to achieve what they want to achieve. Regime change is not possible in Syria. They need a peaceful negotiations between an opposition that's willing to sit with the government in order to move the country forward, not destroy it. Nonetheless, good job, Russia. Keep it up. I hope this report's true, and we'll see what things happen. Hopefully they turn for the best, but I don't see things going for the best. They just keep going for the worst, for the unforeseeable future, until these rebels, until NATO, until this fat Saudi sheikhs, until the Turks, Turkish government. My apologies. All these governments see that funding terrorists, funding the rebels is something that is counterproductive, something that has been done in the past in Afghanistan and has turned around and bitch slapped the West right across the face on September 11, 2001. Let's not repeat the mistakes of the past. Please subscribe, share, comment, and like.